Alright, hello everyone, and today we will be ranking every single Marvel Rivals team-up ability, including the ones from Season 0 through 1.5 that were recently taken out. I've done tier lists like this in the past for the characters themselves, but this time I'm going to do it with the team-ups. Anyway, please like and subscribe if you enjoy the video, and let's get right into it. First off, we have Allied Agents, the Hawkeye and Black Widow ability. And this one, I think this one's going in C tier. See, it's a decent ability for most people, but Black Widow just reloads way too slow to really make much use of it. Now, sure, it can be a really good ability with a good Black Widow, but it's really just Hawkeye's ultimate, but for Black Widow whenever she needs it, which still doesn't make her that good of a character. Luckily, though, you would only have to run one bad character with Black Widow, since Hawkeye is pretty good. So it's not like you're sacrificing a lot of power. Next up, we got Ammo Overload. Okay. Ammo Overload is going... I think it's going in A tier. I think it's a very good ability. It's between Rocket, Raccoon, and the Punisher. And... yeah, it used to be the Punisher and the Winter Soldier, but he was recently removed for one of the other team-ups that are on this list. This is very good, especially in certain situations. Like, if you can get up close with this, then Punisher can really shred with that constant fire shotgun. So yeah, overall it's just good. You need to do good with placing it down, and you need to communicate so that they know when it's down. Or if you're Rocket, you need to communicate when you're putting it down. If you're Punisher, you need to communicate when you need it. But, you know, in this game, communication is what you need with most things, so that doesn't really make it that much of a drawback. Alright. For this next one, we have Arcane Order. This is the one with Doctor Strange, with Doctor Strange and the Scarlet Witch. I would put it in A tier. This thing can really shred anything. It makes Scarlet Witch's damage output so good. The only fallback is both Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange are not that good. Well, especially Strange with his recent nerfs and removal from the Gamma Charge. So, overall, this could be an S tier if they were both, like, really good or broken heroes. But just them being bad is the only thing that takes it back. Alright, next we have... what is this one called? Atlas Bond. Atlas Bond is between Iron Fist and Luna Snow. And I'm going to give it a B tier. Basically what it does is it allows Luna Snow to do like a burst heal around here that heals everyone within it and launches back enemies. So it can be really good if you're having to deal with dive like Magic, Spider-Man, Venom, whoever. But other than that, it's just not that good as a particularly healing ability, which is why I'm not putting it higher. If it had maybe a shorter cooldown, then I could see it working very well in the kit, especially where Luna Snow and Iron Fist are both some of the best characters at the moment. It's just a good matchup. Alright, next up we have Chilling Charisma. And honestly, this one's going into C tier. Above Allied Agents, though. See, Chilling Charisma would be S tier if Namor still had it. Namor no longer has it, and it's just for Jeff. And not only does it not really help with any of Jeff's healing, it only helps his damage. So unless you're doing triple support with a healing Jeff, then it's not really necessary to do the Chilling Charisma team up. It's still a fun one, and it's a good team up, but it's just not necessary. Right, next up, and we have Dimensional Shortcut, and I'm giving this a D. It basically gives Black Panther a portal like Magic can do. I guess I should say the two people who are needed for this team up are Magic and Black Panther. And I was testing it out earlier. This could just be a skill issue, but the portal is very hard to control. And honestly, it could be good for helping Black Panther escape sometimes, but it's not really a must-have. It's just not a very good one. Alright, next up, we have whatever this one is called. ESU alumnus for Spider-Man and Squirrel Girl. Not gonna lie, kind of a clunky name. Spider-Man is the anchor, and he gives Squirrel Girl basically the same thing that her nuts already do with stunning, just in another ability. And I think I'm going to put it in B tier, below Atlas Bond, because it's not necessary since it's already part of Squirrel Girl's kit, but it is helpful as it gives her a second stun. You do have to have a Spider-Man on your team, so hopefully they're good. But other than that, nothing really drawing this back. Next we have Fantastic Four. Invisible Woman giving Mr. Fantastic, Human Torch, and the Thing an ability that they can use that gives them bonus health, and it gives them damage reduction. This one's going in S tier. Now, in last season, I probably would have put this in B or C tier. But now, every single member of the Fantastic Four is a really good character. And just having that ability to give them a way for more survivability, which is especially annoying on people like Mr. Fantastic and helpful for people like Human Torch, especially if like healers aren't looking up at him. It gives him a bit of a way to like take less damage and heal a bit. So it's eventually, once some of the heroes get nerfed, as it's probably pretty much guaranteed at this point, this team up is going to fall off, but at the moment it is still one of the better ones. Right, next up we have Fastball Special, and it's also going in D tier, I think. See, I love Fastball Special. It's one of the most fun and one of the funniest ones, but its uses are very niche. Its main use is so that you can throw Wolverine up in the air and then he can dive and get one of the flyers, but it just doesn't do that much outside of that. It can be comboed very well if you're using the Thing as the person throwing Wolverine, since he can throw him and then leap to him, so that they're both engaging at the same time, but other than that, I just don't think it's that good. Ooh, next up we have Gamma Charge. Gamma Charge is the best team up in the game by far. Hulk, he's pretty good. He is the anchor. Iron Man benefits a lot from it. It changes his overdrive mode into a gamma mode, which is just a lot more damage all around for him. And then it is especially good with Namor. Namor, his gamma squids are insane. I think they are much more of a threat than the Chilling Charisma ice squids. But yeah, he empowers Namor so much, and it just stops dives so well. The amount of times since I play Captain America, I'll dive back in the back line, and then he'll throw down his Gamma Squid. I better be able to get out of there immediately, or I'm going to die. There is no other option. And it's especially bad for, like, squishier dive heroes like Spider-Man, who don't have the health to tank that much damage. Which means he can get evaporated immediately off of a Gamma Squid. Alright, next up we have Guardian Revival. And I am going to put this in A tier. Both Mantis and Star-Lord are both really good characters, which makes this team up a lot better. I feel like people aren't using Star-Lord that much, and I don't see why. I think it's because of the misinformation that his damage fall off for his primary got larger, when in reality it was for his spread shot ability. I've played Star-Lord. I have a friend who plays Adam, and when we're together, this ability has come in clutch for so many times. The amount of times I have rezzed myself into a, like, triple kill ult for me is just great. So yeah, is a great team up. Works especially well if you're playing like triple support, especially with Rocket, so that just every time someone dies it feels like they're respawning. Alright, next up we have Lunar Force. And see, in any season until 1.5, I'm pretty sure, when the change was made, I would have put it in D tier. But now, I'm going to put it in C tier, above Allied Agents. See, Lunar Force, originally it gave invisibility for Moon Knight, which sounds great until you realize he's only invisible when in like a small pocket area, which most heroes in the game can just cover very easily. Or you can go inside, and if he gets hit, then his invisibility is knocked out for a solid like 2 seconds. So its real purpose as an ability is for like an emergency heal, since it heals a small amount for Moon Knight while he's in it. But other than that, I don't really use the team up when I play Moon Knight. Alright, next up we have Mental Projection. And I'm going to put this in A tier, below Guardian Revival. It is a great buff to Magneto and Psylocke. Psylocke got a really good upgrade from Dimensional Shortcut to Mental Projection. And Magneto, the team up's just really good. You could make the argument that Metallic Chaos, the next one on our list, was better. But this one just really like helps him out. He can have his clone hold up the shield when he is. He can bubble someone else and then the clone will bubble him. It's just really good for just applying a bit of pressure on Psylocke. It's a lot of good things. And plus, every hero that's a part of it is a good hero. So it's not like you're sacrificing any room to play someone like Black Widow, who's not good. So yeah, Mental Projection goes there. Metallic Chaos. I'm going to put Metallic Chaos in A tier. I think it is... No, it's below Arcane Order. Metallic Chaos makes it to where Magneto has an ability to where he can use a sword that does a projectile that does a lot of damage. It has been removed in Season 2 in favor of Mental Projection. Maybe we'll see it back one day, but at the moment, this is not going to be alive. This is the one of two that I did not get to test out before this video, because you can't even use it in the practice range. Yeah, I hope to see it back one day. I have a friend who's a Magneto player, and if he gave his testimony to you about how good it is, he would probably be glazing this team up to eternity. Alright, next up we have Planet X Pals. This is where the one where Rocket and Jeff can ride on top of Groot. And honestly, it's a bit unnecessary. See, I love it. I think it's a cool team up, but just the amount of times that I really use it, it's not that much. I will sometimes stay on Groot's head the entire game as Rocket. I remember there was one game that I played where I was on Rocket. This is season 1.5, so like before his buffs. And one of my friends was on Groot, and I don't think he died once that entire game because I was just on his head healing him. Now, it does suffer a lot from his like nearby healing being nerfed and Rocket's direct healing being buffed in turn. I feel like that makes Rocket a lot better, but he's just not that good when on top of Groot now. And then Jeff, it's alright. Jeff can easily give him speed boosts, but other than that, it's really just sort of a turret on Groot's back. So overall, solid team up, but not that good. Next up, we have Ragnarok Rebirth. And I think this one's going in high B. It is a great team up. It's basically where if Hela gets a kill while Thor and or Loki are dead, then they both get revived where they died. There's one downside though, which is Hela has to get a kill. And I think it has to be the final hit. Yeah, it has to be a final hit, which is very bad because there's not that much of a chance for a final hit. Now sure, good Hela, they can make it work, but you're just not getting the final hit that much. Right, next up, we have Stars Aligned with Cap and the Winter Soldier. And listen, as much as I love Cap, I love this team up, it's just not a very good team up. I'll put it above Lunar Force, but the shockwaves can sometimes help kill an enemy jumping around. You can get overshield from it, but the usefulness stops there. It's less of a team up with Cap and Bucky, as I feel like it was planned to be, and more of like Bucky can now leap to allies. So it's just not that good. I will say Cap is one of the better characters in this game a lot, but his team ups do not help. Next up, we have Storming Ignition. This is the one to where Human Torch and Storm can combine their ults. And listen, this is a great team up. If you have the coordination to plan out your ults together, this can kill through defensive ults, this can melt tanks really easily, It's a great combo. You just have to be coordinated and you have to plan. If you don't plan, it's basically useless. If your Storm or your Human Torch is using their ult while the other one is at like, I don't know, 80% or something, then it's not that good of a team up. So yeah, it can work sometimes though. So I'm going to give it an S because of how much damage it does. But in reality it's probably high A. I'm probably giving it too much credit. Alright. Next up we have Symbiotic Bond. I'm pretty sure it's called Symbiote Bond. And listen, this is going to A tier because of Spider-Man. It does not matter that Penny Parker is a part of this team up. Penny Parker could use this and you would never know. But Spider-Man specifically gets a lot better with this team up. It basically can give him a guaranteed kill every 30 seconds when used correctly. That and the synergy between Venom and Spider-Man, if you go in for the dive at the same time, just makes this an altogether good team up. And then finally, for our last team up on the list, we have Voltaic Union, which is the second one that was removed in season 2. And it's going in B tier. I know it was okay for Cap, but I never even saw what it did for Storm. Overall, I feel like the team up could have been a lot better, could have been a lot cooler since it was on theme with, like, those are the people that can pick up Mjolnir, and it's a team up of Thor and Storm and Cap. But ultimately, they just fumbled it so much. And I wish they did better. Hopefully it comes back and they make it stronger, but I'm not holding my breath for this one. Anyway, this has been my Rivals Team Up Season 2 tier list. We'll see down the line whenever things get changed around. But for now, this is where they all stand. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're still here, thank you. A lot of people don't make it to the end of videos. And I hope that you have a good rest of your day. Make sure to like and subscribe if you liked the video. And click one of the videos on screen if you want to see more of my Rivals content. If not, have a good rest of your day. See you guys later.